Hello, Darren the Magic Ghostbuster here, and you've seen the title and the secret is finally out. Last year I worked as an extra, or supporting artist is the preferred term, on Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I have worked in the movie industry for a few years now, sometimes as a main actor, sometimes as a background guy. I've done some acting roles on BBC TV show called Ghosts, a documentary called Breakthrough where I was narrated by Patrick Stewart, and then I've done background stuff on Star Wars, Wonder Woman, so quite a few different things. But nothing topped this. I mean, it's pretty obvious I'm a Ghostbusters fan. You know, my name's Magic Ghostbuster, I'm surrounded by merch. So, as you can imagine, absolutely exciting. And it's funny to think, like, back when I did Star Wars, I thought that was the top, like, for me, because I've always been a Star Wars fan. Although it was episode 9 I worked on, Rise of Skywalker, which didn't turn out to be the film we wanted, but it was still cool, especially at the time, and before we knew what the film was going to be like. And back then, when I was filming it, Afterlife hadn't even been announced. So, you know, I never thought we were going to get another Ghostbusters film back then, let alone one filmed here in the UK. So, yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So there's not going to be any spoilers in this video. I don't want to spoil the film for anyone, but I'll just talk a little bit about my experiences, basically. To celebrate, I did actually do a new version of my logo, which is kind of inspired by the crew logo on the crew hats. Let me just show that quickly. And so I've done a new logo of that, and I will be selling patches of that. They're on their way. So if you are interested in one of those patches, comment below or email me, find me on Facebook, those sort of things. Just search the Magic Ghostbuster. So first thing I'll show you quickly is my production pass. So you need this pass to get in, which was signed by Jason Reitman. Now, didn't get it signed on the day because when you're doing this job, you're not allowed to go and harass the staff, cast and crew and directors and all that, because they got a job to do, you know, which is fair. So I got this signed when they screened the preview cut here in London of the original film, and then this thing stuck behind it was the thing that stuck in my car to allow me to park I never know how to pronounce this, Winish Studios. So yeah, one of my prized possessions. I mean, it's pretty plain, there's not really anything exciting on it, but it's one of my prized possessions for that. So how I got the job was, like I said, I've done this sort of job a long time. Got a text basically for an earlier scene than I did, which was I'm not going to say, how do I word this? It was a larger crowd scene, and I couldn't do that, so I've responded as not available. My friends at Southend on See Ghostbusters were there that day. Would have loved to have been there with them, but I had to say no. I was actually away working at holiday parks, which I've always been a sort of, if I've committed to something I'm going to do, I'm not going to cancel a job to go and do something else, which is probably stupid on my part, but it's just the way I am. Too ethical, I think, sometimes. But I've got another text for, they wanted someone with a rocker vibe for a scene, and, you know, with the long hair and some of the clothing I have, obviously fit the bill. So, you know, you reply available, and someone will look at your face and go, they match what we want. And I was lucky, very lucky. So, wasn't invited as a fan, it was through an agency that I got this job. So, very cool. And I took my own clothes, so I've actually kept my costume, which is really cool. Let me just show that quickly. So the first thing was this t-shirt. It's like a burgundy, really t-shirt. And then I had these trousers. And then last thing was this jacket. And we filmed 2 scenes. One was wearing the jacket, one was without the jacket. So my job was to walk past Ray's bookshop, backwards and forwards a couple of times. And it was very cool. The set was amazing, absolutely amazing. Like, just looking at the set, like, obviously you look up and it's not the sky, because this was all filmed in a studio. But you look up and there's the ceilings, but you look directly at the set, the way they had the lighting on it genuinely looked like you were on a street, looking at Ray's bookshop. And, you know, they had it all built inside. It looked absolutely incredible, like a real bookshop, essentially. And then over the other side of the street, so there's some green screen. So when you see outside the window, obviously they're going to put whatever's over the other side of the street in that. But then they had the firehouse all built. So one of the firehouse sets, which was absolutely incredible. In between takes, I'm just constantly looking up at the firehouse like this. It was absolutely incredible. I don't know how many more times I can say it was absolutely incredible, but I had an amazing time. Now, will I get seen? Well, I saw the premiere last night in London. I didn't see myself. The way they film these things, to be honest, I never expect to see myself. I think I had like a 10% chance of being seen, because when they film these things, so the scenes, you know, might be 30 seconds in the film. We'll spend half a day filming that, and so they'll film. It was all filmed from inside. They didn't film anything outside the shop on the day I was there, and the way they film inside is they'll do like a wide shot covering the whole shop, and then they'll do a close-up of each actor, and they'll film all those different angles several times. So when I walk past, it's all going to be down to whether they're on a wide or a close-up at that precise moment. So like I said, very slim chance. I didn't see myself. I'm going to watch it again the weekend, just to be sure, but I'm pretty certain I'm not visible. But you get used to that in this game. It's not a problem. When I did Wonder Woman, you know, I'm that close to Wonder Woman, you can't see me in the film at all. So one of the main scenes I filmed in Rise of Skywalker was one where I was standing to attention as all the villains walk past, stop literally in front of me, have a chat, and then move on. That whole scene was cut. You can see me running in the background in a scene. So you get used to it, basically. It's no issue. I mean, it doesn't take away from the amazing day I had, and I had an absolutely amazing time. So, yeah, there's not much more I can say, really. I might do another video on this in a month or so where I can talk a little bit more about what I did, but I don't want to ruin the film for anyone. Just quick on the premiere, which was amazing, you know, again. Got my clapperboard signed by McKenna Grace, Finn Wolfhard, James Acaster, Gil Kennan. It was previously signed by Jason Reitman, so that was already done. And then we had these wristbands. So I was in the screen where the actual main cast were sitting, and I got that signed by Gil as well. And I really enjoyed the film. I can definitely nitpick about things. Again, I don't really want to say a lot about it until, you know, it's been out a while, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. I guess my only real thing is I felt like it could have been about 15 minutes longer. Just a couple of more little things maybe expanded on a little bit, but that's just me. But did they have more comedy than Afterlife? Certainly. It's a bit of a blur, really, to be honest, and I really need to see it again to get these thoughts really more ingrained in my head. But I enjoyed it, so hopefully you enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, we've still got the original, so there's no issue. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm really excited. It was such a happy time. Yeah, because I mean, often when you do these things, I mean, I've done so many shows and films that I couldn't name half of them, and half the time it's like just walking backwards and forwards, you know, outside a shop or whatever, like I did in Ghostbusters, and it's really boring. And I mean, I guess if you weren't a Ghostbusters fan, Ghostbusters would have been boring, but because I was such a big fan, it was just an amazing day. But yeah, I'll stop waffling. But thanks for watching, and yeah, look forward to seeing you in the next video. And I really hope that you enjoy it, Frozen Empire. But yeah, keep on busting.
Want to give a big shout out to the Magic Ghostbuster. Hey Darren, very, very impressive.